Hello, we are back again with another video that I promised y'all a long time ago but didn't come through with, but you know, that's neither here nor there. We're here now.
Let me explain.
So I talked about this company when I had my rant about how U-Haul didn't work for me, and I mentioned another company that did work and was absolutely wonderful. I don't know why this one little curly Q right here just don't want to work. Anywho, so I mentioned this company and told y'all that I would give more information about it later on. I want to preface this with the fact that this is not a sponsored video at all. I ain't even got a lot of followers like that for this to be sponsored. But it's a company called FetchTruck.com. So I'm not going to go through my whole debacle with U-Haul. Just know it did not work for me, and I tried it moving across country, and I also tried it moving across a major metropolitan city, and neither time it worked. Customer service was absolutely terrible. And so what led me down this road was there was a house that I was renting on one side of the city, and I was blessed enough to be able to purchase my own house, but that house was actually in the city and it was on the other side of the city, and time was winding down and I needed to get out of that place ASAP. Like, my lease was up and I had maybe a week to pack all of my stuff and get the heck on. And I ended up using U-Haul thinking that it was gonna work. And so, long story short, I didn't have a lot of like manpower. It was just me and my son's father, and my son's father does not live in the same city that I live in, and he was due to fly out in a couple of days. So I ended up having to basically search through my phone and find out, you know, if there was somewhere that I could get a truck from. We initially tried several Home Depots and Lowe's locations because they do actually rent out trucks and box trucks. However, a lot of times those places don't even have anything, at least not same day service, because a lot of contractors and other people end up utilizing those trucks for their businesses. And so we got nothing. We came across nothing. But we actually did ended up calling a Home Depot that was kind of like in a 50-mile radius of us. And we spoke to a very nice young woman who basically suggested that we use FetchTruck.com. FetchTruck.com. I'm gonna put it somewhere up in here. She suggested using or going to that site because she said that a lot of times that particular site utilizes Home Depot trucks, and we could probably find one in the area. So I'm going to explain to you now how FetchTruck.com works. So you can go on your smartphone, computer, whatever, same day. It doesn't have to be weeks, months, or even days in advance. It could be an hour in advance. It could be 30 minutes in advance. And you can go on their site, scroll down and click on and tell what day, the calendar, and click what day you need to utilize the truck, for how long you need to utilize the truck for, whether you need a flatbed, whether you need a box truck, how big the box truck needs to be, or a van. And it will give you all of the available trucks within however many mile radius that you choose, that you are willing to basically drive to find the truck. I think mine was somewhere between like a 25 and 50-mile radius. And the only trucks that are going to show up are the ones that are actually there, sitting, waiting to be used, and aren't being like currently, you know, booked by somebody else. So you don't have to worry about getting there and somebody else and you staring at another person because they like, this is my truck. No, this is my truck. You know, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. So you go in, you pick what type of truck you need, you pick the day, you pick the amount of, this is important, you pick the amount of hours that you're going to need to utilize this vehicle, because don't quote me, I'm gonna put my invoice up later on, but I do believe that they charge you by the hour, not by the mileage. So it's unlimited mileage, at least where I was, it's unlimited mileage. And I'm assuming because it's done through a website that wherever you can utilize the service at, that it's going to be unlimited mileage. So I'm thinking, you know what, we're just gonna use this truck for like 6 hours. And so I picked up 6 hours, and what you end up having to do is going to have you follow some prompts that are going to ask you to scan in your ID. Now you're gonna have to scan in your ID, I think twice, 2 or 3 times. The first time you're gonna have to have your ID beside you, beside your face, so they can see that the person submitting this ID is actually the person that is on the ID. And then you actually take a couple more pictures and upload them to the website of the front and the back of your ID. And then you also have to upload a picture of any type of like a copy of your car insurance. So basically, it could be a paper copy, it could be a copy on your phone, you could take a picture of it, whatever the case may be, it just has to be uploaded to the website as well. What they're going to do is they're going to do a background check, a quick little background check to make sure you are who you say you are, as well as to make sure that the insurance that you submitted is legit. They have to get in contact with your insurance company, and I promise you this took maybe about 15 minutes. And once they get in contact with you or get in contact with the insurance agency, they'll get back with you and tell you that you are approved and that you can go pick up the box truck at the location that you selected. And they'll give you like directions and everything just in case you don't necessarily know where you're going. Once we got there, it was real quick and simple. What we do is you make sure that what we did was we had to make sure that the box truck was in good condition. So you're still going to be like all of this time like utilizing your smartphone and looking on the website. So they're going to ask you to take pictures of the box truck, front, back, side, and all of that good stuff to make sure that it's in working condition, that there aren't any like irregularities, any type of dents or anything like that is on it. And then once you submit those, the actual lock on it unlocks remotely. So it's going to unlock remotely and it's going to let you in. And then once you get in, they're going to send you an email that gives you a code to the lockbox, to the glove compartment, so you can actually get the key to work it. Once you get the code, once you get the key, it is yours to use for however long you said you were going to use it for however long you need to use it for. Caveat, wherever you choose to go ahead and get this box truck from, you need to make sure that it is in a safe location or somewhere that you feel comfortable leaving your car. If you don't, like me at the time, have any type of assistance that is able, because my son's father is legally blind, he cannot drive, so he can help me lift stuff, but he can't drive. So if you don't have assistance, make sure it's somewhere that you're comfortable leaving your car. If you do have assistance, make sure that there's somebody there to drop y'all off so y'all can do what y'all need to do and either follow y'all where y'all going, or else you're going to have to leave your car there, and you don't want to be uncomfortable leaving your car somewhere where you think it's going to either get stolen or broken into. But that's just, a little caveat. I just needed to go ahead and point that out. Once you get in the truck, again, go and do what you do. We did what we had to do. We moved everything that we needed to move, or the majority of everything that we needed to move that couldn't fit in my SUV. And then we were gonna take it back, but however, we needed to move one more thing, and it ended up having to take longer than what we thought. And there's no problem with that. Like, if you discover that, hey, I only booked this truck for 6 hours and I need it for another 2 hours, or I need it for another 24 hours, then you simply just go back on the website or on the app and add more time onto it. Now it's going to add more money onto your charge, but if you're okay with that, then there's nothing wrong. I actually ended up booking it originally for 6 hours, like I said, but ended up needing it until like 3 o'clock in the afternoon that next day. And so I ended up adding more time onto it, but it really didn't add any more money. I think it might have added like $65 more. And the total came up to like $139 versus like the $200 and almost $50 that U-Haul was going to charge me to use it for a couple of hours for a day. Like, they charge by the mileage. FetchTruck.com charges by the hour. So, and it still came out to be much, 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 much cheaper. We were able to get everything done. When I came back, my car was still there. My car was still there when we came back, and everything was perfectly fine. Now, once you come back, the this what is it, the checkout process. Yeah, once you come back, the checkout process is basically same as the check-in process. You park the truck back where you found it. You take pictures all around it, front, side, back, and on the inside, to make sure that you're not leaving any junk or any trash inside the car, and that it is absolutely ready for the next person to utilize. And you put the key back into the lockbox and lock it. And then they're just basically going to take you through some prompts. You submit all of those pictures. They're going to take you through some prompts. And they're going to ask you, like, are you sure? Are you positive that you are ready to submit, and that you've gotten everything out of the truck? Like, you got to make sure you got everything out of the truck. By the way, you also have to, like, lift the gate and take a picture of on the inside of the box truck to make sure that everything was taken out of the inside of the truck. And once that happens, they will basically ask you one more time, and you just hit yes or done or submit or something like that, and then the truck locks remotely. And that's the reason why they ask you. I think they ask you like 3 times, because it locks on its own, and there is nobody there to like help you get back in it in the event that you need to get back in it. I believe that basically if you want to get back in it, if nobody else has already booked the truck, you basically have to start the process of rebooking the truck back over again. But it's good because it's contactless, and you don't have to run into a store and talk to somebody. Everything happens literally online, on your phone, on your computer, and you can literally do the whole process in about 15 minutes, in about 30 minutes total. You are on your way. And so I just kind of wanted to like let y'all know about this, because it was so smooth. The transition, the process, the procedures, everything was so smooth. I had no issues with it. And, you know, I feel like, as far as I'm concerned, there's no other truck. If I need a box truck and I don't find a homie or somebody with a box truck that's able to rent it to me for, you know, a couple $100, or for $100, not even for a couple $100, for less than $139 for 24 hours, then guess what? FetchTruck.com it is. So I hope this video was helpful for you all. I think I'm going to post the website or my invoice somewhere if I have not already posted it. Tell me how you have been getting your things from one place to the other. Have you utilized box trucks? Have you utilized U-Haul? Have you utilized a friend with a flatbed truck? How do you move your things? Let me know down below, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.